Notice that this is what Matt is currently encountering. The world's first manual Lamborghini Roto. This Lamborghini Roto. It's the latest model. It was also cold as soon as I got it. The car is named after the Spanish bullfight. But this time, he's not fighting on the track. Instead, it was directly given to Co by Big Brother. Of course, great motivation equals great risk. This car is 6.5 lift 12 plus 3 motors. Total output exceeds 1,000 horsepower. Just ask if the power of this car is awesome. But the price of such powerful performance, once out of control, and it was pretty tragic. This Revolt, worthy of the name, became the first car in the world, the same vehicle that had the accident before him. Romania has a green Aquaman, and this one was smashed to smithereens. How is his car? Matt has only found the left front suspension so far. The wheel hub is seriously damaged, but carbon fiber. The monocoque doesn't seem to have much of a problem. Fortunately, the door can still be opened upward. The red interior of the car remains intact. They even smell like factory stickers. The airbags just blew up, except for the one in the co-pilot. And here's what's even worse. The central control screen is also directly cracked. The rear wheel steering system also appears to have failed. What is the difficulty in repairing this car? Because Lamborghini Day has no head. Full carbon fiber monocoque. It makes him lighter and stronger. But once damaged, the cost of repairs will be astronomical. The kind that makes your scalp tingle. Hood side skirt. The body panels are all carbon fiber. It's incredibly expensive just to look at. And there's something even more troubling. This car is still a hybrid version. Comes with a 400-volt high-voltage battery. Before the restoration, Matt must first confirm the status of his power system. Otherwise, if you are not careful, you may be filmed by him and then. What should I do next? First, they have to make sure the car still starts. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to repair. But here's the thing. Check the battery status. Can't be shocked by high-voltage electricity. This is the real ultimate challenge. So here's the problem. The world's first Lamborghini Day Roto. Can it be perfectly repaired by Matt? We're literally walking to unknown wars there. She would see if there's any power in the car first. Yeah, let's see if there's any power in the car. After trying, Matt found out that the Raven oil head was completely dead. What's next? It's hard to have a love-hate rush. The vehicle is currently completely out of power. Get down completely. Tried to start, and nothing happened. Total crash. This situation is giving Matt a headache. After all, this one costs £700,000. Lamborghini Bull with hybrid system. This is no ordinary gasoline car. Make sure the powertrain is still working before repairing, otherwise it's pointless. Then also, checked for damage to the rear engine. Although no serious problems were found from the front, but his front suspension is dead. The second half is really not guaranteed. And Matt was in a daze for a really long time. Then opened the back cover. I see the motor is still there. There is no obvious damage to the meat. I'm feeling pretty good. But the problems that cannot be seen on the surface are the most troublesome. How does the hybrid system of the Rio head work? Matt's been doing this for a long time. And here's the simple answer. This car has a 6.5-liter V12 engine plus 3 motors. In theory, pure electric driving is possible. You can also use motors to assist the engine. But here's the thing. Reversing is completely dependent on the motor. That is, if the battery hangs. The reverse gear disappears directly. Just ask if you are numb. Does he start the engine with an electric motor? Or do you need 12 volts to assist? Matt is at a loss. So the next question is, how to power up safely? The high-voltage battery must be isolated before repair. Avoid accidentally touching the corona. Also make sure the system is still functioning. Now you have two options. The right thing to do is try to power it on. Check the system status. The wrong approach is to blindly dismantle the car. It turned out that the battery had been scrapped for tossing. So Matt decided to power him first. Let's see if he can survive. So here's the problem. Who will connect the 12-volt power supply? Everyone is weak because this is 600-volt hybrid system plus 12-volt battery. Who wants to be the first to start and then get carried away? Matt doesn't really want to be electrocuted anyway, but someone has to do it. So can the reload be resurrected or completely scrapped? Let's wait and see. Who's gonna be the brave one to put 12 volts today? Oh! Generally speaking, the airbag discharges after the accident. Explosion-proof fuse pi will cut the circuit if it refuses, prevent the vehicle from starting. So this Revuelto oil head can't start now. Maybe it has something to do with this fuse, but the car is currently in neutral. Nothing at all. Shift to P gear and still no movement. That's weird. After all, Matt has also built a lot of Lamborghinis. Even if there is an accident, most of them still start. But this one doesn't work at all. Reverse hybrid logic. What does that mean? How do I start the engine? Actually, this car doesn't start 12 as soon as it's powered on. Instead, its motors operate first. Only when the vehicle starts to move will start the engine. And there are two ways to start. I was going to switch to sports mode. So pure electricity cannot be used. V12 may start directly, although trying different models. Bypassing the logic of the default electric start. That could work. But now he hasn't even succeeded in the initial power connection. It means the problem may be more serious. And high voltage batteries coupled with highly complex safety mechanisms. To ensure safety, this kind of hybrid car with high voltage batteries. After an accident, there will be an additional safety locking mechanism. Avoid battery short circuit or leakage to hurt people. This could also be one of the reasons why he can't start. What should Matt do next? The first step is to check the fuses. See if the explosion-proof fuse cut off the power. The second step is to check the battery status. Verify whether the high voltage system is still intact. If all goes well, can force start. See if you can bypass the system protection mechanism. Toss for so long. The time has come to 1 a.m. Matt really doesn't want to mess with this thing anymore. His heart is tired, and there's an even bigger car waiting for him to fix it. And there's no question, it's more complicated than it seems. Can he be resurrected? Depends on the next inspection. Hope it's not the worst. If there is no auto, it's completely dead. The problem might be here. Generally speaking, main power fuse shot refused, usually located near the battery. It may have been cut off after the accident. Power to the starter motor. This means that the electronics in the car still work, like lights. The central control presses the start button. The engine is not responding. So, Matt's next move was to remove the front cover. Found a 12-volt battery and a fuse. See if the fuse is damaged. Next is the revolt. Identify the root cause of the problem. The first step is to remove the front cover button. Locate the components at the bottom of the storage space. Step to remove the storage bucket. Hope to see the 12-volt battery directly. The third step is to check the power guarantee. Dangerous wire to determine if he has disconnected. If all goes well, find the fuse. Replace or reset. This Revuelto head might be able to restart. I hope it's not that complicated. Foil. The battery. Before, that's what the whole idea was to get rid of. Hey, ha ha ha. Matt now tries to plug in the diagnostic tool. I want to find out the real reason why he can't start, but the result is that the data cannot be read. Matt is completely confused. High-end cars are nightmarish repairs. New cars are getting smarter today. But here's the thing. The manufacturer doesn't want the owner to fix it by himself at all. Ordinary cars can also use general OBD. Device reads data. Lamborghini requires specialized tools, like Buddhists. But you can't buy this stuff at all. So since the diagnostic tool cannot read the data, Matt can only go back to the basics. Check the fuse. Identify the main power supply problem. Near the foot pit, Matt found a 12-volt battery. It looks pretty much the same as a regular car. Maybe an explosion-proof fuse. Par refuse should be nearby. Matt also found a fuse tag. The fuses associated with the high-voltage system are marked on it. Most likely the main power fuse. Next, remove the battery. Check the fuse box nearby. Then look for the main power fuse, especially explosion-proof fuses. Final test fuse. See if it has been blown or damaged. If the fuse breaks, then it's probably him. Cut off the power to the starter motor. The weak furnace oil head cannot be started. If the fuse can be replaced or reset. If the burner head might come back to life. If it's not a fuse problem, that's a real headache. Let's see the test results now. We're gonna test it. He's good with the test results. Revolt strike. What's the problem? Matt tried various methods, but the car still doesn't move. Although the high voltage system fuses remain intact, and all other insurances, silk is also normal. But Matt still can't find it. Cut the fuse that starts the motor. If it's not the fuse, then only the next test can be carried out. The circuit connection structure of the starter motor. Matt examines the structure of the starter. He accidentally discovered many problems. He's going to go directly to the jumper cord to start the motor. See if you can force it to start. But the engine still doesn't respond. Now, Matt doesn't seem to be feeling down. But he panicked. This car is the first car in the new venue. If the game fails, and that's kind of ominous in a way. Lamborghini and unoccupied as hybrid models may rely entirely on the electric motor to start the engine instead of traditional starters. If so, that means the problem is more complicated. The entire hybrid system may be involved. Control logic. Although seeking help from Lamborghini officials, but the answer Matt got was even more outrageous. Dial Lamborghini customer service, attempting to obtain technical support, but their response is even more confusing. The key can be opened and the car dashboard lights up normally. But after pressing the start button, engine is not responding. The hybrid battery is still charged, but the car won't start. So here's the problem. If the hybrid battery dies completely, can Revuelto still be started? Customer service is not sure either. You can only ask the technical team for instructions and then call back. Even the official doesn't know the answer. Matt decided to disassemble more parts. In-depth investigation. Check if the high voltage circuit is open. Confirm whether there is an electronic control system failure. Look for any signs of damage that could affect the startup. However, the more you dismantle it, the more wrong it becomes. The front carbon fiber structure is damaged. Partial flame burn marks. But here's the weird thing. The vehicle had little apparent impact damage. This means that, Revuelto what happened in the accident. Even Lamborghini officials can't explain it. And here's the trickier part. I can't find a maintenance manual for this car online at all. Lamborghini is also unwilling to disclose the repair process. This makes the investigation even more difficult. But there was more to it than that. Silence till 1,000 miles. And that's what the tire looks are. The tire was not that healthier. It's definitely not from the engine crappy ubans often. And I'll see you in the next video. If we've done this to a car, we'll get called bodgers. But look at that whacked a bolt in it in the clan. Someone's gonna say that's there for a reason, and it's a bleed screw. Well, that's what we know we put in then yeah haha.
Video này hay và hấp dẫn thì hãy cho mình một lượt thích và một lượt like và một lượt đăng ký kênh. Đó, cái anh chàng này anh nghĩ là một chuyên gia sửa chữa xe ô tô mọi người. Anh là kỹ sư rất là giỏi trong ngành sửa chữa ô tô. Mình rất là thích cái video này và mình đã tạo ra giọng đọc cũng như những cái ý tưởng của mình xoay quanh cái việc mà anh này sửa chữa. Vì trước Lamborghini mình cũng có đam mê và mình rất muốn học hỏi những cái công việc sửa chữa như thế này. Mình mong tất cả mọi người hãy đón nhận cái video của mình và cho mình những cái lượt yêu thương để mình có động lực tiếp theo để mình sản xuất những cái video hay hơn để gửi đến mọi người trong cái cộng đồng YouTube của chúng ta thêm phát triển. Và cái video này là mình rất mong là gửi đến tất cả mọi người để chúng ta có thể học hỏi được nhiều hơn và cũng xem được những người ta phát triển được những cái kênh YouTube mà có rất nhiều người đăng ký. Mình rất vui là khi đã làm những cái video này gửi đến các bạn để các bạn không phải hối tiếc và biết cách sửa chữa.